Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Clues Memorial Hall at the Butler Arts Center. Before the performance begins, we would like to remind you of certain procedures to follow in order to ensure the safety and comfort of everyone in the theater. Please take a moment and notice the theater exits. Locate at least 2 exits closest to your seat. Keep in mind that the closest exit may be behind you. In case of an emergency, please walk calmly through an exit and listen for further instruction. For the comfort of everyone, we remind you that the Butler Arts Center is a smoke-free facility. Additionally, please check to make sure all cell phones, alarms, and other audible devices are turned to the off or silent position. Thank you, and enjoy the performance.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2019 White Coat Ceremony. My name is Robert Soltis, and it is my pleasure to serve as the Dean of the College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. Today marks a very special event in our academic calendar because we officially welcome physician assistant students and student pharmacists into the first year of the professional program into their respective professional communities. This is an exciting yet demanding time for these students as they embark on an extremely rigorous curriculum that will lead them to being recognized as professionals. Before we start the program, we have a number of distinguished guests with us today that I would like to acknowledge. I would like to welcome Mr. Scott Bridge, a faculty member in the College of Communication. He will be reading the names of the students receiving their white coats. I would also like to acknowledge the ongoing commitment made by a group of individuals who are here ready to assist you as you prepare to enter the profession. We are extremely grateful that today's White Coat ceremony and reception are sponsored by Kroger Health, one of our key professional partners. Kroger believes that caring for patients and providing access to services are important features of partners in the healthcare community. We have representatives from Kroger here today. If you would please stand to be recognized. Please join me in welcoming Greg Fox, Kroger Central Division Health and Wellness Merchandiser, to the podium.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Dean Soltis, and faculty, guests, and parents and friends. As the health and wellness merchandiser for Kroger Company and for states of Indiana and Illinois, and as the treasurer of the American Pharmacists Association, I welcome you into your profession today. Kroger Pharmacies are a proud and long-term sponsor of Butler University, as well as we are, first as an employer, though, of many pharmacy grads, and there may be some of you in the room today, and secondly as a corporate sponsor and also as the sponsor of the white coat ceremony. But as I look over the rows and rows of pharmacy students and PA students as I look out, it makes me think when I was in pharmacy school some years ago. So much has changed over these years, and okay, well, maybe decades in this case. But there's certainly more medications today and an enhanced role for the pharmacist and the clinician as well. But there's much more support today, I believe, within your faculty. So take advantage of their wisdom and that support as you go through your years here at Butler. Pharmacy and medicine, though, as profession have also expanded. There's numerous directions you can take your careers, from nuclear research and hospital to retail on the pharmacy side. And, as our pharmacists provide more one-on-one patient care today, we're seeing an enhanced role of the pharmacist in the community. Physician's assistants are also in more demand now than ever, especially as the baby boomers age. And not to mention the proliferation of retail clinics, even inside your Kroger store. But we see much more collaboration amongst the professions. So the next few years will be presented with a learning opportunity that few have the privilege or the ability to comprehend. Find your area of passion and run with it. Utilize your knowledge and share your knowledge. Become what we at Kroger call a good community leader. So on behalf of the 2,400 Kroger pharmacists and our 500 little clinic practitioners, please accept our congratulations as you enter into your chosen field. Congratulations.
Students, each one of you will receive a special gift from Kroger as you exit the stage today. I hope both students and families will join me during the reception following the program and thanking Kroger for their support of our students. We also have a distinguished group of people sitting behind me and standing at the doors when you entered, the faculty and staff of the college. They are the people who make it all happen, the people who will work closely with you and no doubt form some lasting relationships. Please join me in welcoming and acknowledging the work of these important individuals assembled on the stage and in the audience. It is now my honor to introduce the keynote speaker for the white coat ceremony, Kyler Benbow. Ms. Benbow graduated from Butler University's Master's of Physician Assistant program in 2013. Her academic honors include induction into the Mortarboard National Honor Society and recognition as a Butler University Top 100 student. She serves in the Indiana National Guard, becoming an officer in 2015. She has assumed leadership positions within the National Guard, serving as both Vice President and President of the Company Grade Officers Council. Ms. Benbow started her career at Community North and Community East Emergency Department and currently practices as a physician assistant at Ortho Indy, providing orthopedic care with responsibilities as surgical first assistant. Please welcome Kyler Benbow.
Good afternoon. My name is Kyler Benbow, and I am a Butler University physician assistant. I first came to Butler in the spring of 2007 with my parents on a college visit. We were immediately enchanted by the beauty of the campus, welcomed by faculty and staff, and impressed with the academic opportunities. I remember my dad teasing me and saying, "Can I apply here?" I obviously shot that down, but we knew it was home for me. I started it in the fall of 2008, and I was very excited and, of course, a little nervous too. I soon met Professor Jennifer Zorn, who would be my academic advisor. Professor Zorn was inviting, helpful, and encouraging. She listened to my concerns patiently, and she provided me with exceptional insight. These are the types of advisors here at Butler: compassionate, caring, and invested. It was during my interview for the program in the spring of 2010 that I met now retired Professor Don Frosch. He asked me twice during my interview why I wanted to be a physician assistant, and I provided 2 different answers, and I left the interview very unsure of my acceptance. It wasn't until a few years later, when I was actually helping with the admission interviews, that I came to realize Professor Frosch's intentions. He said, "Often students find they are providing their best answer, but as with further investigation, I find students have even more to offer." These are the types of professors here at Butler, those that motivate you beyond your perceived potential. I started in the fall of 2010, and it was then that I met 49 new classmates. Each had so much to bring to the table with their various degrees, past experiences, and gifts and talents. But there were 3 particular women who became more than classmates. They became cheerleaders, confidants, study buddies, and ultimately bridesmaids in one another's weddings. These are the types of students here at Butler, classmates that become family. I graduated from the program in the spring of 2013, and I started in the emergency department. I loved it. It was fast-paced, exciting, team-oriented. But as much as I loved working in the emergency department, it also required helping people in some of the most difficult and vulnerable times in their lives. This was not only mentally taxing, but sometimes led to insecurities for me personally. Thankfully, I was surrounded by many Butler graduates, including pharmacy residents, staff pharmacists, doctors, and many PAs. And they all came alongside me, and they helped mold me into a greater, more knowledgeable, and confident provider, which I was so blessed to have so early in my career. These are the types of graduates from Butler in our communities, those who are motivated by team-centered care for the betterment of their patients. Ultimately, I decided to pursue a career outside of emergency medicine, and it was at this time I contacted 2 Butler graduates, Dr. Stephen Callias and physician assistant Rachel Krupp. They had been my first preceptors during my clinical rotations, and from the very first day I met them, they were enthusiastic educators and invested advisors. They not only encouraged me as I began to consider a new field, but they asked the hard questions and ensured that I was headed in the right direction. Their guidance led me to a career in orthopedics that I truly feel was made for me. These are the types of mentors here at Butler, those who invest in you while pointing you in the direction of your goals and aspirations. Around the time I left the emergency department, I also began my career in the United States Air Force. I was commissioned as an officer in the spring of 2015 in the Indiana Air National Guard. It was the first time in many years I was not going to be surrounded by Butler University staff and graduates, and this made me a little nervous. But it was while taking my oath of office, I realized that there were similarities with the oaths that you will be hearing today. When introduced to the Air Force core values, I also felt there were many parallels. The values of the Air Force are the types of values instilled here at Butler: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Integrity is an absolute in our profession. There may be times in your career you may come short, you may make a mistake, or you may not have the best answer, and that's okay. So long as you pursue humility in each of these moments, your patients will benefit from your pure intentions, and so will you. When you choose a career in medicine, you are choosing a career of service. This is admirable, as people are hard, patients will be difficult, and you will be faced with challenges, and at times you will be frustrated. But find joy in your patients' small successes and their big ones too. Remain kind in all circumstances, and you will gain trust of the most challenging patient. And don't forget why you chose a career in medicine, because this will continue to propel you forward. As a Butler University student, it has taken time, perseverance, and talent to be where you're seated this afternoon. Each of you are excellent, but the Butler way demands commitment and seeks improvement each day. As you enter your professional careers, do not forget the foundation laid here. You not only owe it to yourself, but you owe it to the patients you prepared to care for throughout your careers. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little surprised when they asked me to speak to you all today. I'm only 6 years removed from the program, and I feel that I have a vast majority of my career ahead of me. But the past 6 years have gone very quickly, and I have learned a few valuable lessons during that time. First, utilize the talents and knowledge of your ancillary and supporting staff. There are many times when the pharmacy technician, seasoned nurse, secretary, or EMT has the exact answer I need for my patient. Second, pursue a positive work environment daily. Those around you will be inspired by your enthusiasm and outlook, and ultimately, they'll be more likely to follow your lead. And third, consider precepting students. This is for you, Jen Guthrie. I remember being nervous when considering to invite a student to join me in my practice, but whether it was in the emergency department or operating room, I find each student helps me sharp and hone my practice. I am so honored to have had the opportunity to speak with you this afternoon, and I'd like to thank Dean Soltis and COPHS for this afternoon. Congratulations to you and your families as you celebrate your successes. You will one day leave this fine institution, but you will be ready because you will be a Butler University pharmacist or Butler University physician assistant. Go Dogs.
Thank you, Kyler, for your comments and your enthusiastic support of the profession. The White Coat Ceremony is an event that partly celebrates past accomplishments. What these students have accomplished to date is remarkable. To be accepted into either of these programs is no small feat. This event also marks an opportunity to reflect on and commit to your goal to become a physician assistant or a pharmacist. The white coat signifies membership in a health profession. It identifies those who take on privilege and responsibility of providing care to patients. The white coat ceremony carries symbolism of not only entry into a professional program, but also of support. When you walk across the stage to put your coat on, it will be with the assistance of faculty members. That is symbolic of the support that you will receive on your journey to become members of your respected professions. You will also note that this white coat is being given to you through the donation made by someone who is either in your profession, a family member, a friend of yours, or a friend of the college. This illustrates the support these groups will provide to you during your journey on your professional education. Thank you to all the white coat donors. We've asked two of our faculty to read their respective oaths so that you may carry the knowledge of the commitment you are working on toward your education and preparation at Butler University. Both of these faculty are exceptional examples of skilled clinicians and dedicated educators displaying leadership in their respective state and national professional associations, such that they have both been recognized this year by those professional associations. You can find more information printed in your program about their background and the prestigious awards that they have received this year. I would like to ask Dr. Jennifer Snyder, Physician Assistant and Chair of our Department of Medical Sciences, to come to the podium to read the Physician Assistant Oath.
Physician assistants who are here today, both on stage and in the audience, will you please stand, raise your right hand, and recite the oath printed in your program aloud with me? PA students, will you please stand and silently follow along as I read the oath of a physician assistant? Upon my entry in the physician assistant profession, I pledge to perform the following duties with honesty, integrity, and dedication, remembering always the paramount importance to be the welfare of my patients. I will be diligent in understanding both my personal capabilities and my limitations, striving always to improve my medical practice. I will actively seek to expand my intellectual knowledge and skills, keeping abreast of advances in medical art and science. I will uphold the tenet of patient-centered team-based care. I will treat equally all patients who seek my care, regardless of race, gender, religion, nationality, political, or socioeconomic status. I will uphold the tenets of beneficence, non-malfeasance, and informed consent without fail. I will hold in absolute confidence the information shared with me in the course of practicing medicine. I will educate to the best of my ability any student entering this noble profession. These duties I pledged with sincerity and on my honor. Thank you. You may be seated.
The presidents of our PA and pharmacy classes of 2020 are with us today as student marshals. They have two roles in this ceremony: to guide you through the ceremony and to serve as an exemplar of how to guide your way through the professional education and development. Hannah Sutton, president of the PA class of 2020, is the PA class of 2021 prepared to undertake the necessary training to ultimately accept the responsibilities as outlined in the oath read by Dr. Snyder and the future PA colleagues?
I will read the names of the Master of Physician Assistant Studies students receiving their white coats today. I will read student names 3 at a time, and I ask you to hold your applause until after all of the names have been read. Please welcome to the stage Professor Andrew Chastain, Professor Lori Faulkner, and Professor Jennifer Guthrie. Amanda Rader, Addison Baumley, Sarah Baxter, Jacob Bowden, Matthew Brenner Jedwabnik, Shelby Britt, Andrea Brune, Carrie Burke, Austin Carrier, Karsten Cooper, Alyssa Del Priori, Kristen Donnelly, Carly Donahue, Rachel Dugdale, Blaze Eby, Kylie Faltasek, Alyssa Fanara, Megan Farney, Carrie Fedema, Delaney Flattery, Sarah Frischmeyer, Johan Gonzalez, Emma Graber, Delaney Hartman, Sean Harvey, Taylor Hausberger, Benjamin Horn, Rachel Jackson, Jacob Giroux, Nathan Gent, Logan Jester, Jennifer Johnston, Madeline Jones, Jolie Jungles Daly, Caitlin Camplain, Megan Kaiser, Hannah Keller, Hannah King, Thank you, Professor Chastain, Professor Faulkner, and Professor Guthrie. Please welcome to the stage now Professor Elizabeth Schmidt, Professor Daniel Sturm, and Professor Mark Lutz. Kylene Kirk, Madison Kester, Allison Kubacki, Claire Law, Lance Lawyer, Brittany Lewis, Eva Lee, Sarah Lopez, Madison Maloof, Elise Milano, Garrett Minardo, Ashley Morgan, Eleonora Myers, Nora Navin, Emily Nettisheim, Elizabeth Oglesby, Mackenzie Phillips, Eric Reardon, Elizabeth Rentschler, Matea Rippey, Angela Ritter, Ainsley Seaver, Jesse Sharp, Marley Shovlin, Abby Sikorson, Cecily Stegeman, Tyler Stile, Riley Sykes, Ryan Toring, Catherine Torrance, Sydney Unger, Riley Voigt, David Watterson, Megan Weaver, Jenna Wolf, Thank you, Professor Schmidt, Professor Sturm, and Professor Lutz. Okay, we're going to do that again. Please join me in congratulating our physician assistant class of 2020. I'd like to welcome to the podium Dr. Bonnie Brown, Associate Dean for the College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, to recite the oath of a pharmacist.
Pharmacists who are here today, both on the stage and in the audience, will you please stand, raise your right hand, and recite the oath printed in your program aloud with me. Pharmacy students, will you please stand and silently follow along as I read the oath of a pharmacist. I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy. In fulfilling this vow, I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns. I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for my patients. I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me. I will accept the lifelong obligation to improve my professional knowledge and competence. I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our profession's moral, ethical, and legal conduct. I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care. I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experiences, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists. I take these vows voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility with which I am entrusted by the public. Thank you. You may be seated.
Madeline Eisenhut, President of the Pharmacy Class of 2020. Is the Pharmacy Class of 2023 prepared to undertake the necessary training to ultimately accept the responsibilities as outlined in the oath read by Dr. Brown and their future pharmacy colleagues?
I will read the names of the Doctor of Pharmacy students receiving their white coats today. I will read 3 student names at a time, and again, I ask you to hold your applause until after all of the names have been read. Please welcome to the stage Dr. Kim Beck, Dr. Casey Carroll, and Dr. Nandita Das. Hannah Abril, Sarah Abu Salih, Brooke Allen. Nicole Appa, Emily Bear, Shelby Bagby. Amelia Barber, Matthew Bend, Bailey Barrelsman. Caitlin Boggs, Faisal Bosed, Shelby Brown. Carly Brugemeyer, Sabrine Bucks, Lauren Cardo. Aubrey Cast, Stacy Chisholm, Aaliyah Coe. Daniel Coyle, Eli Coker, Ashanta Coleman. Rebecca Collister, Blake Collier, Jacqueline Collier. Michael Commons, Emily Costello, Paige Cowden. Grant DeFalk, Kylie Dobbs, Kendall Drybulbus. Taylor Duckworth, Allie Dudman, Beth Ann Ellingson. Laura Fisher, Hannah Frank, Ryan Frederick. Thank you, Dr. Beck, Dr. Carroll, and Dr. Das. Would Dr. Trish Devine, Dr. John Hertig, and Dr. Stephanie Enns please step forward? Nick Ganley, Alyssa Garelli, Balpreet Gill, Anna Hale, Megan Hansen, Alexis Hine, Alexandria Holmer, Kennedy Hostetler, Andres Huerta, Dale Yauk, Julia Junker, Chris Kaufman, Bruce Kirschner, Caitlin Kiesling, Brandon Kahn, Ambry Kidder, Joe Kirkpatrick, Evan Klein, Hannah Clem, Anna Knabel, Chloe Katurba, Natalie Kuipers, Jenna Kowalik, Jasmine Lee, Caitlin Lee, Michelle Livers, Ryan Lowe, Theo Maris, Megan Matlock, Alexandria McBready, Chandler McGahey, Alyssa Millen, Bailey Miller, Blake Moorhead, Bikram Mudhar, Stephen Wynn, Thank you, Dr. Devine, Dr. Hertig, and Dr. Enns. Our final faculty coders are Dr. Kristen Nichols, Dr. Jake Peters, and Dr. Jessica Wilhoit. Claire Pasiga, Mary Grace Fearson, Allison Phillips, Julian Phillips, TJ Quinlan, Elizabeth Roethlisberger, Allie Ross, Nick Rothrock, Robert Satterthwaite, Tabitha Sheets, Abby Sherfick, Martina Snemis, Morgan Sommerfeld, Sarah Stopczynski, Delaney Straw, Melissa Sturgill, Haley Sutherland, Noura Taiba, Nick Taylor, Ashley Thomas, Sydney Traynor, Logan Van Ravensway, Hannah Voss, Thomas Wagner, Heather Wallhauser, Brian Weber, Holly Westerkamp, Kayla Wingler, Caitlin Witten, Kendra Yerian, Jonathan Zay, Emily Zielinski, Thank you, Dr. Nichols, Dr. Peters, and Dr. Wilhoit. All right, one more time, please join me in congratulating our pharmacy class of 2022. All right. How do those white coats feel? Good? All right. Thank you, Professor Bridge. All right. Well, one more time, please help me congratulate all of our physician assistant and pharmacy students. Before we conclude,
I would like to thank the parents, the spouses, the siblings, and the friends of our students for coming here today and for being part of this very special ceremony. I had mentioned earlier about the support of our students received from the college. It would be a significant oversight on my part if I did not acknowledge the important role that you, the family and the friends, have played in preparing these students for a career focused on caring for people. Thank you so much for your work and your placing trust in us. Students, please join me in a round of applause for your family and friends. I would also like to recognize our accompanist this afternoon, Rachel Jackson. She's a 2019 graduate of Butler University in music performance. Thank you for sharing your talents with us today. And once again, I would especially like to thank again our white coat ceremony sponsor, Kroger, who joins me to invite all of you to a reception in the students' honor just outside the Pharmacy and Health Sciences building. We look forward to celebrating with you as you enjoy this special day. As a final note on how we leave, the platform party will exit the stage first, and I ask that all audience members remain in their seats until the students have followed the stage party out of the auditorium. And please be sure to make your way over to the Pharmacy and Health Sciences building to join us for the reception. Thank you once again for your participation and attendance.